Commanding Officer of the Training Corps, Lieutenant Colonel Dromson Macaulay. The President will now proceed to the saluting dais, where he will be paid the required compliments and receive the presidential salute. Ladies and gentlemen, the parade commander has just invited His Excellency to review the parade. You may take your seats. The parade commander has sought and obtained the permission from His Excellency for the parade to march past in slow and quick time. Kindly remember to stand when the color party passes in front of you. Please stand. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the parade commander has just invited His Excellency to decorate the ensigns with their new badges of rank. Ensign Roger Westmoreland, now Cadet Officer Westmoreland of the Guyana Police Force. Ensign LeVay Simon, now Second Lieutenant LeVay Simon. Ensign Joshua Barry, now Second Lieutenant Joshua Barry. Ensign Juanetta Semple, now Second Lieutenant Juanetta Semple. Ensign Claudio Bellon, now Second Lieutenant Claudio Bellon of the Belize Defense Force. Ensign Paul Thompson, now Second Lieutenant Paul Thompson. Ensign Shawnette Emmanuel, now Second Lieutenant Shawnette Emmanuel. Ensign Rima Rennie, now Second Lieutenant Rima Rennie. Ensign Mark Fredericks, now Second Lieutenant Mark Fredericks. Ensign Jose Harmon, now Second Lieutenant Jose Harmon. Ensign Lloyd Calder, now Cadet Officer Lloyd Calder of the Guyana Police Force. Ensign Kevon King, now Second Lieutenant Kevon King. Ensign Tyrone Thomas, now Second Lieutenant Tyrone Thomas. Ensign Zaire Rodriguez, now Second Lieutenant Zaire Rodriguez of the Belize Defense Force. Ensign Farrell Gray, now Cadet Officer Farrell Gray of the Guyana Police Force. Ensign Jordi Osario, now Second Lieutenant Jordi Osario of the Belize Defense Force. Ensign Davina Mahadio, now Second Lieutenant Davina Mahadio. Ensign Kevin Ramgobin, now Cadet Officer Kevin Ramgobin of the Guyana Police Force. Ensign Robin McCallum, now Second Lieutenant Robin McCallum. Ensign Tumishwar Bisoon, now Cadet Officer Tumishwar Bisoon of the Guyana Police Force. Ensign Nkrumah Hudson, now Second Lieutenant Nkrumah Hudson. Ensign Amaniki Haywood, now Second Lieutenant Amaniki Haywood. Ensign Michael Torrington, now Second Lieutenant Michael Torrington. Ensign Lindo Boulon, now Second Lieutenant Lindo Boulon of the Belize Defense Force. Ensign Kedoff Castello, now Second Lieutenant Kedoff Castello. Ensign Giselle Messiah, now Second Lieutenant Giselle Messiah. Ensign Toomey McClintock, now Second Lieutenant Toomey McClintock. Ensign Shamar Garraway, now Cadet Officer Shamar Garraway of the Guyana Police Force. Ensign Sean Jackson, now Second Lieutenant Sean Jackson. Ensign Rahul Ramsaroop, now Second Lieutenant Rahul Ramsaroop. Ensign Brian McCalmont, now Second Lieutenant Brian McCalmont. Ladies and gentlemen, a number of students have delivered outstanding performances during this course. We will now have the distribution of those prizes. The Commander 1 Infantry Battalion Prize for Best Fitness goes to 999756 Second Lieutenant Paul Thompson. The Colonel Administration and Quartering Prize for Best Drill goes to 999717 Cadet Officer Lloyd Calder of the Guyana Police Force. The Inspector General Prize for Best Military Knowledge goes to 999753 Second Lieutenant Juanetta Semple. The Commandant Guyana National Reserve Prize for Best Shot goes to 999761 Second Lieutenant Claudio Boulon of the Belize Defense Force. Second Lieutenant Boulon has also won the prize for Best International Student. The Chief of Defense Staff Prize for the runner-up Best Student goes to 999715 Second Lieutenant Jose Harmon. And the award for Best Graduating Student of the Standard Officer Course number 56 goes to 999721, Cadet Officer Roger Westmoreland of the Guyana Police Force. The best graduating student of the previous Standard Officer Course, Second Lieutenant Joshua Paul, will have the honor of presenting the Best Graduating Student Prize to His Excellency, the President. The President will in turn present the prize, the esteemed Sword of Honor, to this year's Best Graduating Student, Officer Cadet Roger Westmoreland. Cadet Officer Westmoreland aspires to one day become the Commissioner of Police and also dreams of becoming a pilot. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. At this moment, His Excellency, the President, Dr. Irfan Ali, will now deliver the feature address.
Our dear Prime Minister, Chief of Defense Staff, senior officers and officers of the Guyana Defense Force, graduates of the Standard Officers Course number 56. A commissioning parade stands among the most solemn and meaningful ceremonies in any military tradition. It is a moment when dedication, discipline, and duty converge. When young men and young women, having proven their mettle through training and perseverance, are entrusted with a duty of command. The commissioning parade is a ceremony steeped in history, symbolism, marking the transformation from cadet to commissioned officer, from learner to leader. This is why today is no ordinary day. For you, our newly commissioned officers, this afternoon's parade is more than a ceremony in the proud traditions of the Guyana Defense Force. It is a defining moment. It is a day that will be etched forever in your memory. A day that marks not just the completion of training, but the beginning of a lifetime of service. This parade holds profound significance for you, but it marks more than the culmination of the Standard Officers Course. It marks more than the completion of months of drills, study, and physical and tactical training. For you, it marks a new beginning. You started out as cadets. You have graduated as officers. For you, the newly commissioned officers, this translates directly to your responsibilities. At the unit level, you must lead with fairness. You must lead with compassion. You must ensure the well-being of your soldiers. You must foster a culture of accountability, of resilience, and of service. You must translate policy into practice. You must ensure that every soldier feels respected, supported, and prepared, not just to defend our sovereignty, but to contribute to national development, to disaster response, and to regional stability. As your Commander-in-Chief, I remind you that your responsibility is not a trivial one. It carries the full weight of duty, trust, and expectation. It is the responsibility to defend, to protect, and to serve. It is the responsibility to recognize that our security, our peace, and our prosperity rests not only on laws or policies, not only on plans or strategies, but on something far deeper, on the character of our people, on the courage of our men and women in uniform, on the service of our officers, and on the collective resolve of our nation. Your training would have equipped you for this responsibility. You are products of the Colonel Ulrich Pilgrim Officers Cadet School, which stands as one of the finest institutions of leadership development in our region. It represents our expectations that military leadership be rooted in character, in discipline, from every region of Guyana and from the Caribbean are shaped. Here, young men and women are tested not only in drills, but in discipline, not only in tactics, but in teamwork, not only in theory, but in integrity. Through this crucible of training, you have been refined, you have been shaped by challenge, strengthened by discipline, and united by purpose. What you have learned during this course binds you not only to one another, but to a proud tradition that stretches far beyond this parade. Today, you join a lineage. You inherit the legacy of those who came before you. Officers who have guarded our sovereignty, who have defended our borders, who have supported our communities, who have helped our Constitution, who have upheld our Constitution, and who have given their lives in service to our nation. This legacy is now yours. You will be called upon to uphold it, to extend it, and to enrich it. Wherever you find yourselves, in barracks, on borders, in disaster zones, in command posts, you will be called upon to embody the ideals of integrity, courage, resilience, and teamwork. No officer stands alone. Behind every commission lies the unseen labor of those who guided, corrected, and believed in you. The journey that brought you to this day was not walked in isolation. It was shared by those who trained you and by those who stood beside you through every trial. Let me take this moment to recognize two groups whose contribution we must not overlook. First, to the instructors. This commissioning is yours as much as it is the officers. You have pushed them beyond their limits. You have drilled them until their resolve was tested and proven. You have lifted their moral standard and shaped their professional conduct. You have molded their minds and their hearts. Without your dedication, there will be no commissioning today. On behalf of the nation, I say thank you. Second, to the families, you too are soldiers of sacrifice. Your patience during long hours, your support during training, your encouragement in moments of doubt, these have been the unseen foundations upon which this day was built. You have given your sons and daughters to the service of the nation. In return, the nation must honor your sacrifices with gratitude and with support. The same spirit of sacrifice and service that defines your families also defines our nation. Just as you have stood steadfast behind your loved ones, so too has Guyana stood firm in pursuit of its own destiny. It has endured challenges, embraced change, and strove towards a greater future. Guyana today stands at a moment of immense transformation. We are not the same country we were a decade ago. We are not the same nation that face uncertainty about its economic future. Today, our economy grows with a speed and scale that has captured the attention of the world. Our social fabric strengthens as communities are connected through better road infrastructure. Opportunities are created and lives are improved. Our international voice deepens, no longer faint but strong, clear, and respected. As I've said before, true progress is not measured in GDP figures or economic charts alone. True progress is not simply counted in barrels of oil, in acres of farmland, or in miles of road. True progress is measured in lives improved, in opportunities created, in our environment preserved, and in our shared values strengthened. For a nation to flourish, its prosperity must be protected. The advancements we celebrate, the opportunities we create, the communities we strengthen, and the values we uphold all require a foundation of security. Without it, progress remains vulnerable, and the gains of development cannot be fully realized. And so, when we invest in national defense, it is not an investment in war. It is an investment in peace. It is not preparation for conquest. It is preparation for protection. It is about securing our prosperity. We protect our prosperity first and foremost by strengthening the capabilities of the Guyana Defense Force. Our men and women in uniform stand ready to safeguard our territorial integrity and sovereignty, ensuring that our land, rivers, forests, and resources, from gold to diamonds, remain secure from those who might seek to exploit or plunder them. By investing in modern equipment, rigorous training, and strategic readiness, we equip our defense force to face challenges decisively and protect the wealth and potential of our nation. Protecting democracy is inseparable from protecting our nation's prosperity. History reminds us that our foremost economically dismal years were those in which democracy was absent, when freedoms were curtailed and opportunities stifled. By safeguarding the right of the people to enjoy free and fair elections, and by upholding the rule of law, we create the foundation for sustainable growth and a nation where every Guyanese can prosper. Equally important is our commitment to international law and peaceful resolution of disputes. Guyana stands firmly on the side of justice and legality, utilizing internationally recognized mechanisms to settle disagreements without resorting to conflict. At the same time, we'll continue to build alliances and strengthen cooperation with other nations, fostering solidarity in the defense of our territorial integrity and reinforcing the message that the sovereignty of small states must be protected in international order. We recognize that true security is not achieved by force alone. It is cultivated at home, where peace and stability allow development to flourish. We'll continue to work to ensure that our defense force enjoys the full confidence of the Guyanese people, not only through their vigilance in protecting the nation, but also through visible acts of service to our communities. By bridging the gap between the uniform and the citizen, we strengthen trust and create an environment in which prosperity can grow safely and sustainably. This is why my government continues to invest in the Guyana Defense Force. We are building modern hangars. We are deploying aerial platforms. We are integrating drones for surveillance. We are strengthening training and improving infrastructure. The vision is clear: to build, deploy, and operate a modern, smart, and resilient force in support of national defense and development. We are not building a military for aggression. We are building a military for assurance, a defense force that is not only a shield against threats, but a tool of responsiveness in the face of disasters, a partner in the face of emergencies, a contributor to national progress, and an anchor of regional stability. It is through principled positions that we engage with our neighbors. While our defense force stand ready to protect our sovereignty and serve our people, we do so with respect for peace and the rule of international law, ever guided by the understanding that strength must be exercised wisely, not recklessly. Guyana has no quarrel with the Venezuelan people. We have welcomed many of them who have come to our shores in search of a better life. Just as our own citizens would have moved in our dark days of dictatorship, our dispute and the controversy with the Venezuelan state is not born of hatred, nor does it prevent us from seeking to advance our relation. But we will not compromise our sovereignty. We condemn the attacks against our citizens and our military using the Cayuni. We will not tolerate it. But as much as we have our differences with Venezuela, we must make the point that our territorial space will remain a space we will defend. And we will defend it with our partners. We'll defend it with our allies. We'll defend it with those who stand on the side of freedom, sovereignty, democracy, and the rule of law. Our commitment to sovereignty and peace extends beyond our borders. While we defend our territory and uphold the rule of law at home, we also champion these same principles in the wider region, advocating for a Caribbean and Latin America free from threats of any sort. Yes, Guyana supports the aspiration of keeping Latin America and the Caribbean as a zone of peace. But equally also, we support every action and embrace every partnership to curb transnational crime, the illicit drug trade, and any form of destabilization that threatens the security of Guyana and this region. The settlement of our controversy is before the ICJ. We are guided by the principles of diplomacy, and we respect the international rule of law. We reject all forms of aggression and any attempt to impose solutions through coercion. We insist that peace, dialogue, and international law must define the way nations interact in our hemisphere. At the same time, we are not oblivious to the reality. The reality that our region faces both traditional and non-traditional threats. Our support for efforts to combat these crimes is therefore unwavering, resolute, and steady. It is a reaffirmation of our responsibility to safeguard our citizens, our communities, and our borders. Acting against transnational crime strengthens the zone of peace because security, stability, and the rule of law are essential conditions for a truly peaceful region. By confronting these threats decisively, we protect our sovereignty while remaining fully committed to the vision of a Caribbean and Latin America free from aggression and conflict. It is one thing to advocate for regional peace. It is another to ensure that our own nation is secure and resilient. By strengthening our capacity at home, we create the foundation from which Guyana can protect its sovereignty and contribute meaningfully to a stable and peaceful Caribbean and Latin America. We will protect every inch of Guyana's territory with vigilance and resolve. We will be smart. We will deploy technology in making our country more secure. We will be adaptable. We will meet threats across wherever they occur, on the land, in the air, at sea, and in cyberspace. We'll equip the Guyana Defense Force with the tools and training you need. The GDF is already the best equipped it ever was in its history, and things will only get better faster. But the true strength of this force will never be measured solely in hardware alone. It will be measured in the character of its officers. It will be measured in the discipline of its troops. It will be measured in your capacity to apply your skills ethically, wisely, and effectively. But the strength and character of our force do not exist in isolation. They are reinforced through partnership and collaboration with our regional and international partners. True security is built not only within our borders, but also through the bonds of trust and cooperation that unite the Caribbean in a shared commitment to peace and stability. To the officers of our sister CARICOM nations, your presence here is not symbolic, it is strategic, it is essential. The Caribbean looks to Guyana as a partner in stability, in security, and in service. What is forged here in Guyana forms part of a shared regional defense tapestry. It is a fabric woven of trust, cooperation, and mutual reliance. When our nation in the Caribbean stands strong, the entire region is fortified. When one nation in the Caribbean falters, the region is weakened. That is why this commissioning has regional significance. You're not only officers of Guyana, you're officers of a Caribbean community committed to peace and security. It is in recognition of this shared responsibility and regional significance that I now turn to you, to newly commissioned officers, to outline the duties and principles that must guide your service. To you, the newly commissioned officers, lead with humility, serve with honor. Let your decisions reflect the highest standard of integrity. Let compassion guide your interaction with citizens in times of crisis. Be vigilant. Your service is not merely personal, it is national. Officers, as your commander-in-chief, I charge you also with the responsibility of upholding the Constitution at all times, safeguarding the sovereignty, the dignity, and the territory of Guyana, using technology wisely and ethically, leading not only with strategy, but with heart, being ever ready for disaster relief, for national emergencies, and for regional partnerships. Let your careers illuminate what it means to serve the people. May your uniforms always be clean, not only in the cloth, but in conscience. May your commands be just, your decisions wise, and your loyalty known. I assure you, as President and Commander-in-Chief, that you have my full support. And I assure you, as a fellow citizen, that you have my respect, my gratitude, and my love. Congratulations, officer. May your service be distinguished. May your leadership be exemplary. May your commitment be unshakable. God bless the Guyana Defense Force. God bless Guyana. God bless our Caribbean community. I thank you, and God bless all of you.
The parade commander has just sought the permission of His Excellency to march off the parade. As we extend congratulations to the newly commissioned officers, we would also like to thank the parents and the guardians for their support. Thank you. On behalf of the Chief of Defense Staff, the officers and ranks of the Guyana Defense Force, we express thanks to everyone who has shared this special and momentous occasion with us. Have a pleasant rest of the evening.